What's going on, everyone? Today we are going to be checking out some games which are coming out in September 23. This year has already been packed with so many great games and releases so far, and September is not easing up. Remember to hit like on the video and subscribe if you're new here. Let's jump right into it. Of course, unless you've been living under a rock, Starfield is coming on the 6th of September, or if you have the special premium edition pre-ordered, you can start playing this Friday, the 1st of September. This is the next big game from Bethesda, creators of those little franchises Fallout and the Elder Scrolls, and this time we're going into space. Loving the old school NASA vibe to this, and the customization of things like your bases and ships looks really exciting. Cannot wait to delve deeper into that. Character creation, skill trees, and story setup all look super interesting as well, and I'm sure I'll be spending many hours in this game upon its release. I'm hoping it doesn't have the Bethesda bugs at launch, but that is a possibility. However, reports are this is their most polished launch title yet. We'll have to see when it comes out. This is coming to Xbox consoles, and for PC it'll be on the Windows Store and Steam. Of course, it's day one on Game Pass as well, and it's not going to be available on Epic Games Store, Nintendo Switch, or PlayStation consoles. Next up is Lies of P, which is a Souls-like where you're Pinocchio, a puppet made by Geppetto in the Plague City of Krat. From the dev Steam page, you must adapt yourself and your weapons to face untold horrors, untangle the unfathomable secrets of the city's elites, and choose whether to confront predicaments with the truth or weave lies to overcome them on the journey to find yourself. The devs have confirmed this isn't an open world game like Elden Ring. It is more linear with its progression, similar to previous Soulsborne, Souls-like games we've experienced in the past. I'm loving how this one is looking at the moment. It comes out on the 19th of September. If you pre-order the digital deluxe edition, you will get 72 hours early access. If you want to get your hands on it sooner, this is a full price title coming in at $49.99 for the standard edition and $59.99 for the digital deluxe edition. Was a little bit surprised by that. It is coming to Steam and the Windows Store and PC, as well as last gen and current gen Xbox and PlayStation consoles. Confession time, I've played less than 2 hours of Payday 2, and I don't know how. I've never really played this franchise, but here we are. Payday 3 is coming out on the 21st September 23. You can play it on the 18th of September if you pre-order the silver or gold edition of the game. Payday 3 sees you stepping back out of retirement and back into the life of crime set a few years after the events in Payday 2. More missions, gadgets, weapons, and heists alone, or up to 4-player co-op, and it looks like it's going to be pretty chaotic. Payday 3 is one I'm not going to miss this time around. It'll be coming to Steam and Epic Games Store, as well as PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S. It's not coming to last gen consoles. There is a standard and silver and a gold edition. You can purchase with a standard starting at only $34.99, so a bit of a budget title, and the gold edition coming in at $79.99. Basically, silver edition has a 6-month season pass. The gold has a 1-year season pass. Both the silver and gold give you the early access. That's quite a new one, having like a 6-month season pass now. Hopefully that's not going to be the trend. Used to be a time where I'd be picking up the latest FIFA title each year, and although I don't play as much as I used to, this one does deserve a special mention, being the first title from EA to not sport the FIFA brand, instead renamed to EA Sports FC 24. With it comes Hypermotion 5, improvements to the Frostbite engine, and of course brings with it Ultimate Team improvements, women's football improvements, and the revamped career mode, which personally I thought was much needed. 19,000 players, 700 clubs, 30 plus leagues, and it comes out on the 29th of September on Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, Epic Games, and EA Play. It releases with a standard edition and an ultimate edition at $59.99 and $89.99 each, respectively. Armed with strange weapons and forbidden pagan magic, hunt a powerful witch holding the key to your salvation. Witchfire is a dark fantasy roguelite shooter from the developers The Astronauts, the creators of Painkiller, Bulletstorm, and The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. It's an Epic Games Store exclusive, unfortunately, but it's basically a first-person shooter in a dark fantasy setting, fighting witches and pagan magic, set in a lovely looking world. Coming out in early access first of all on the 20th of September. No details on pricing right now from what I could see, so I'm not sure if this will be a full price title or slightly more budget at the beginning. We'll have to wait and see. I'll watch this more with interest and may wait until it comes to Steam next year, perhaps when it comes out of early access. NetherRealm Studios are back with a reset Mortal Kombat universe to usher in a new era of the franchise with new fighting systems, game modes, and fatalities. Whole new story campaign awaits, as well as the new cameo fighters where you can pair up with another fighter to assist you in combat and create various combinations. Lots to experiment here. I think Mortal Kombat 1 comes to Xbox Series X and S, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and of course Steam and Epic Games Store on PC. It'll be out on the 19th of September for $59.99 on Steam, but if you pick up the premium edition for $84.99, you'll be able to play on the 14th of September. Okay, I've always been a Forza Horizon kind of guy rather than The Crew, so I may have been missing out, but there's a new title in the racing series from Ubisoft coming called The Crew Motorfest, and it's set in Hawaii on the island of Oahu with a beautiful open world for you to explore. Hope I said that right. Oahu, one of those. Basically street races, off-road tracks, just drive around in your favorite cars. There's over 600 of them at release. As of most titles in this video, getting the Gold or Ultimate Edition means you can get early access playing 3 days earlier from the 11th of September. Otherwise, the Crew Motorfest releases on the 14th of September for Standard Edition owners. It's available on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, S, as well as the Xbox One and PC via Ubisoft Connect. Remember, if you do have a Ubisoft Plus subscription, then it's included within that, I believe, as well. Now for something different, Eternights is a dungeon crawling action game with a dating sim thrown into the mix as well. Coming from Studio Cyberpunk, who is pretty much a solo developer, the game is Persona inspired and has a day-by-day calendar system to progress with character relationships while exploring dungeons and fighting monsters in a post-apocalyptic world. Loving the look of this one, very interested to see how this one turns out. It releases on the 12th of September for PlayStation 4 and 5, as well as Steam and Epic Games on PC. No word on Xbox or Nintendo Switch at the moment though. Not a full price title either, it is coming out on Steam at $24.99, but there's currently a 10% off at the moment, and it'll be $31.49 for the Deluxe Edition. Deluxe Edition basically has an art book, soundtrack, as well as the game as well. So if you want a little bit more from the developer there, or just to support a little bit more, $34.99 or $24.99. Both currently have a 10% off running until the 19th of September, so for the first week it's out, you can get it at 10% off as well. Here's a free-to-play co-op shooter. It's called Synced, and it is developed by Next Studios and published by Level Infinite. Gear up with a squad as part of a 3-person team or fight solo across intense PvE and PvP scenarios. You play as a runner who can control the Nanos, the vicious enemies roaming the wild. There are 4 classes of Nano to choose from to mix and match your abilities and powers with your allies on a non-linear battlefield. Imagine being free to play, that there will be some cosmetics and in-game shop items, but as long as it's not pay to win, this is looking very interesting right now. Synced releases on the 8th of September and is just coming to Steam and Epic Games Store for now. The developers have indicated the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S will be confirmed at a later date in the future. Party Animals is the physics-based party game where you play as cute little animals violently fighting each other to survive various games and challenges. Think Fall Guys, but with cute animals instead of jelly beans. It supports online and local co-op on Xbox, and at least online co-op on Steam. I couldn't see anything to suggest local co-op on Steam, so we'll have to see when that releases there. Party Animals is releasing on the 20th of September for only $15.49 on Steam, and there's a deluxe edition with some skins for $23.49 if you prefer. It also is coming to Xbox, and I believe this is day one Game Pass as well, so if you're unsure but you have Game Pass, you can pick it up there and try it out. Another free-to-play game this time, and it's called Warhaven, a medieval fantasy PvP game from Nexon. I think we saw a trailer for this at the Gamescom opening night live, and I think we also saw something at the Summer Games Fest as well. It has a dynamic melee combat system, rewarding new and veteran players alike, and there's a roster of unique soldiers to choose from. You'll fight as a squad with classic game modes similar to Conquest and Breakthrough on Battlefield, from what I could see, as well as Team Death and their take on Capture the Flag. Just to clarify, they're not called Conquest and Breakthrough. I was just reading the descriptions and I was like, that's like Conquest. That's like Breakthrough. So yeah, if you know, you know, but kind of, capture points and pushing through enemy waves and stuff like that. Teamwork is key apparently, so it'll be interesting to see how this does and what kind of community it gathers together. Warhaven releases on Steam on the 21st of September. I'm a sucker for a cute farming sim, and Fae Farm looks like it'll hit the spot. Escape to a magical life of your dreams in this farm sim RPG for 1 to 4 players, where you can craft, cultivate, and decorate your homestead. You can then learn and use spells to explore the island of Azoria and explore dungeons and caves for more resources. The standard and a deluxe edition at $33.50 and $49.99 respectively, and you can play Fae Farm on Steam, Epic Games, or Nintendo Switch from the 8th of September. No release for Xbox or PlayStation as of yet. Next up is Ad Infinitum, and this is a psychological horror game where you fight the terrifying creatures invading your mind. You must fight to regain control of your reality and break the cycle while you play as a German soldier haunted by the horrors of the Great War. As you battle with the memories of your family back home and the trenches on the front, you must try to break the cycle of suffering and save your sanity. This is a game from a newly found development studio called Hecate, based out of Berlin, Germany, and will be launching on PC via Steam, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S on the 14th of September. It'll be $29.99 or $31.49 for the standard or supporter editions respectively, and Steam has a 10% off on these prices right now as a special promo until the release. Lastly, Cocoon was announced a little while back at the Xbox Bethesda 2022 showcase event. Well, time is almost here, with the game about to launch on the 29th of September, and this is being published by Annapurna Interactive, who usually do not miss. Cocoon is from Jep Carlson, I hope I'm saying that right, the lead gameplay designer of Limbo and Inside. So that should give you an idea of how this game will play somewhat. You'll have to master world-leaping mechanics and solve intricate puzzles to unravel a cosmic mystery. Feedback from people who've been hands-on with this is really encouraging, and I'm excited to try this soon when it releases. Cocoon will come to PC via Steam and is coming to all consoles currently. And before we go, we're not done quite yet. Two special mentions as well. Firstly, Baldur's Gate 3. Obviously, amazing success this game has had with its launch on PC, but it is going to be launching on the PS5 on the 6th of September. This one is not to be missed. It's coming to Xbox later this year. Phil Spencer recently said they would be helping to get this running on the Xbox Series X. Larian Studios were having issues getting the local co-op to work on Xbox Series S, and Xbox had this rule that means that if a game is launched, it has to have parity basically on both consoles. However, given the success and importance that Baldur's Gate 3 has, they are going to be letting that slide. And so Xbox Series X will have the local co-op feature, but the S version will simply not have it, and that's just something to be aware of there. No date for the Xbox version yet, but Phil Spencer did say before the end of the year. And the last mentioning game on this list is technically an expansion, and that is of course Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, coming out on the 26th of September. You will need the base game to play this, and it's not its own game, but I still wanted to include a special mention because I know this is going to be on a lot of people's wish lists and taking up a lot of people's time. Alongside the expansion, the base game will also receive a load of new updates and improvements to skill system, vehicle combat, police system, and so much more. There's new areas and story to explore in the expansion, obviously. I'm really looking forward to jumping back into this one. From what I've heard, the changes are so substantial that you're best waiting until it releases, especially if you haven't played Cyberpunk or you want to do a fresh playthrough. Wait until the expansion drops, because alongside the expansion, a free update will also be released, regardless of whether you buy the expansion or not, and that will come with all these quality of life improvements and will apparently make the game a lot better to play. The expansion itself is priced at $24.99 on Steam currently, and it might be the perfect time to jump back in and explore Night City. Anyway, that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Let me know what games you're looking forward to playing this month. I, for one, I know I'm going to be playing a mixture of Baldur's Gate 3, Starfield, might be trying to squeeze in some Payday 3, also while trying to juggle the ongoing commitments with Battlefield 2042, Destiny 2, etc. So we'll see how I get on there. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider giving this video a like, and hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you. See you in the next one.